Okay, let's get right into it. Japan is making some pretty big changes to its part-time work rules for international students. So if you're studying there, or hey, even just thinking about it, you absolutely need to know what's coming. We're going to break down exactly what's changing and what it all means for you.
And this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? These new rules, they're not just minor tweaks. They could fundamentally change your ability to earn money while you're in school. So let's make sure you're ready for what's headed your way.
You know, this isn't some what-if scenario. The Japanese government is seriously gearing up for a major overhaul, maybe as soon as 2027. And it's gonna tighten the screws on student work permits. The days of getting easy approval, well, they're definitely coming to an end.
So, to really get a grip on how big these changes are, we first have to understand the system that's in place right now. Let's take a look at how things have worked up until this point.
Okay, so right now to work part-time, you need this permit. And the name itself, it tells you a lot. It's permission to do something other than your main purpose there, which is to study. For a long time, getting this permit has been pretty much a formality.
These have been the ground rules for years, right? A 28-hour weekly limit, a little more during long holidays, and a clear list of jobs you just can't do. This system is what has allowed thousands and thousands of students to support themselves and, handle Japan's high cost of living while they study. In this slide, this is really the core of the whole change. We're moving from a simple, almost rubber stamp approval to a really strict case-by-case screening. Suddenly, things like your school, your grades, even your attendance record are all going to be on the table for immigration to review. And they might even start tracking your hours and income digitally. So, the big question is, why? Why is the Japanese government making this huge shift right now? What's really the motivation behind this crackdown?
Well, at its heart, this is all about preventing the misuse of the student visa. The government is trying to weed out people who they think are using the visa mainly as a way to work, not to study. It's really part of a much larger push for tighter immigration control in Japan.
Okay, so with all of that in mind, let's get to the most important part. What can you actually do to get ready for this? This is your action plan.
This number, 28 hours, is the single most important rule to burn into your brain. It's not changing, but what is changing is the enforcement, and it's about to get much stricter. Going over this limit, even by a little bit, could have really severe consequences under the new system.
And believe me, the stakes here are incredibly high. We're not talking about a small fine. We're talking about things that could end your time in Japan completely, not getting your visa renewed, deportation, and even a 5-year ban on coming back into the country. And remember, the heat isn't just on you. Employers can face massive fines and even jail time for breaking the rules.
Okay, here's your game plan. Following these 4 steps is your absolute best strategy. First, be a good student. Seriously, your grades and your attendance now directly affect your work permit. Second, apply for that permission early. Third, track your hours like a hawk across all your jobs. And finally, and this one trips a lot of people up, remember that the second you graduate, your student work permit is gone. It's void. You have to switch to a proper work visa.
So after all of that, let's boil it all down. What are the key things you absolutely, positively have to remember from this whole explainer?
The takeaway is crystal clear. The era of easy, almost automatic work permits is over. Part-time work? Yeah, it's still possible, but it is no longer a given. Being a good, diligent student is now your best and maybe your only protection.
Ultimately, these changes are asking every single international student a pretty fundamental question. Why are you here? The new system is going to demand that you prove through your actions and your grades that your main purpose in Japan is and has always been your education. So the question I'll leave you with is, are you ready to prove it?